Yeah, I'm back. It's been a while. Sorry. Guess I could offer some elaborate excuse, but truth of the matter is, my mental health has just been absolutely in the toilet. Just haven't had the drive, haven't had uh, the mental clarity to do any kind of updates and uploads lately. So that's a primary reason why I've been out of action for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, yeah, I did an update like a week and a half ago or something. But anyway, I'm here now, sporting brand new slippers. Oh, but they're not as great as I thought they'd be. They look real comfy. They are very fluffy, but my feet slip out of them quite easily. The other morning, I was trying to replenish the water in Trisha's fountain. Squatted down to make the pour, and yeah, I actually slid right out of those. Wound up flat on my back. It's like shit, that never happens. But anyway, just something a little amusing I throw out there. But God, I had a whole bunch of shit I wanted to touch base on here, and now that I'm in front of the camera again, my mind's a blank again. I mean, I guess I could go off on a little tangent here, and a little rant. It's like it was today now Tuesday. Was it the 17th now? So yesterday, as many of you have probably heard, there was an incident in my state, um, involving a Christian elementary high school, one of those private religious schools. Um, was I keep reading different reports, and they all say something different about it as far as how many victims there were, and how many were students, how many were teachers, and really there's a lot of information that's just uh, not not, not matching up properly as far as who the victims were. But the thing I keep yeah probably should have jumped back on that a little bit, but I woke up yesterday and I checked Facebook real quick because I do that when I wake up. And this was like noon or a little after, and I saw the headline pop up in my feed, and to my credit or whatever, my first thought was, shit, school shooting. They're no doubt going to try to paint the shooter as trans. And wouldn't you know it, I had to scroll down about maybe 10 comments into the comments thread before I found the first one. It's like, yeah, we're barely an hour into it, barely 2 hours into it, and yeah, they're already trying to blame blame on being trans when there's no proof, no confirmation or denial one way or the other from law enforcement. They just go, oh, well, she's a shooter, therefore it must be trans. And I keep looking because you when you're in a demographic like this, You've always got to be aware, be aware, be cautious to find out, okay, how are we being scapegoated today? And sure enough, I don't see it so much in the credible news sources, but I do see a lot of conspiracy theorists out there. I see a lot of independent commenters and a lot of discussions. Trying to paint this person as transgender, and all I can think of as I watch this unfold is just fucking stop. There's no evidence to support this. It's all just shit that people make up. You have fucking Alex Jones trying to perpetuate that lie, and he had nothing to back it up, but people are still going to you know, they're still going to dogpile on it because, well, that fucking loser made the claim, so therefore it must be true, right? But I don't know. I'm at a point where no matter what happens, it's always going to be trans people get blamed for everything. We are scapegoated for every fucking thing that happens in the world today. And honestly, I just don't have the energy to fight it anymore. I try and I try and I try to draw attention to the fact that we are being targeted, we are being demonized, we are being we're the ones that are being held as responsible for things that we have nothing to do with. And we're being blamed for every fucking thing that happens out there. And I try to bring attention to the fact that what we need is people standing up and protecting us, because we can't do it on our own. We lack the numbers. There's not enough of us, But every time I try to reach out, try to get friends, family, colleagues, whatever, to even look at what I'm trying to say, it's just crickets. It's so I've got no allies. I've got no support. I've got people that will claim if I corner them, they'll claim that they support trans rights and protections and everything. But when it comes down to it, they don't give a shit. So it winds up being me against the world. And frankly, I'm done with the world. Oh God, I wish I really was that sick. But yeah, funny thing is, my word carries so little meaning that I begun posting shit on my social media, just talking about how I plan to die, how I don't intend to live to see the end of next year, and not a single acknowledgement that I said anything, despite multiple posts, to that effect. It's like, okay, well, nice to know how much I mean. So, but the fact of the matter is, I'm tired. I'm a tired soul. I mean, I could go to sleep right now, sleep straight through for 3, 4, 5 days straight, and it's not going to change anything. I'm not going to feel any better. I'm not going to feel any kind of rejuvenation. I'm just going to still be tired. Because what I'm feeling, it's not a tired of the body, really. It's a tired of the soul, of the spirit. I'm just, I'm completely drained. Like, I've overstayed my welcome in this world. It's like, why am I still here? All I've done is disappoint and let people down and be nothing but an embarrassment to my family, my friends. So I'm just tired of fighting, you know. So I started looking, looking ahead to to next summer or whenever it's going to be, where I finally reached that breaking point. And when I was younger, I would look to my own passing with a sense of dread and fear. In the case of, what if I'm not good enough? What if God decides that I just didn't cut it? That's really the only reason why I kept living, because I hadn't quite reached that point yet where I could consider myself worthy. Back when my religion was a much bigger part of my life. But nowadays, I look at my death, and the day I leave this world, and I just view it with a sense of calm, with a sense of peace. And oh, I even think of it, and I can't help but get a little smile on my face. Just I anticipate it with open arms. Only thing I don't look forward to is potentially botching it and going through some kind of extreme pain along the way. Funny how that's the deterrent all these years is the body's involuntary systems of survival. When you have your pain reflex, or say you ingest poison and tries to puke it out, shit like that always gets in the way. And I haven't found it yet, but my intent, my hope, really, is to find some kind of a combination of medications, or just a straight up poison that just it puts a person to sleep and they just don't wake up. I mean, that would be my ideal way of going, but I don't know if there's a if there's a like an over the counter, or even a what's what I'm looking for, like a compound or a cocktail or whatever that could take that could find the ingredients over the counter or off the shelf or whatever, just to go to sleep and never wake up again. You know, I mean, I was thinking about this last week, and I'm just I kind of got it all planned out, of how I want it to go. I'm just thinking I'd put together a playlist, like a like a goodbye playlist. Kick it on, take the pills or whatever, take the pills, drink the liquid, whatever it's gonna be. Just curl up, curl up on this bed here. And let that be all she wrote. You know, I know I'm probably just dreaming, but it's how I want to do it, you know. It sounds terrible, but not like I'm gonna really be missed all that much. I mean, what have I done that's even remotely important in anyone's life? So I just I just don't have it in me to keep fighting year after year after year. I mean, obviously, it was the implications of this election and the results that have pushed me over the edge and have steered me into this abyss of self destruction and desire to just be rid of this planet altogether. But the fact of the matter is, I just can't fight. I've been fighting this battle first within myself for 30 some odd years, and I finally started making some headway, and I was finally about to get to the point where I had everything that I had been working toward, and now it's about to all be just stripped away, just just yanked out of my very hands because Republicans hate us. I mean, if it was just about bathrooms, like they're trying to frame it right now, then yeah, I could survive. I could cope, but that's not where they're gonna stop. I mean, fucking earlier this week, they had that defense spending bill. They slipped in a little provision there that officially kicks every trans kid off of TRICARE, so they can no longer receive you know their care from their doctors. So that's gone, and you know this to be true, that the next step after the kids is going to be just yeet trans care for all adults too. Which is going to mean that my HRT is gone. My surgery is going to be given the axe to. So everything that I've been looking forward to, everything that I've been working with, everything I've been working on, it's going to be lost. And after seeing what they're trying to do with Texas, with Missouri, with Florida, with these state ID laws, where they're denying gender marker changes, and in some cases even going so far back as to revert these changes. I haven't actually looked into verify that, but I've seen images circulated on various forums. I've seen accounts from certain users about it, and I have no reason to dispute it, because it sounds exactly like something that the Texas government, the Missouri government, even Florida would do, because their views on trans people is that we don't deserve to live. That's the simple truth of the matter. They don't think that we're worthy of life, so they'll just chip away at whatever they can to ensure that our morale is reduced time and time again till we get to the point where we are forced to just give up. Well, I'm gonna save them all the time in my case and just fucking call it a day next year. Man, I went through all that work, all the hassle, all those headaches of getting my name and markers changed on my IDs, social security, passport. I even got that passport renewed 2 years early to accommodate for it, and it's gonna be for nothing if Republicans get their way. So, anyway, I've just been fighting to get here, and it's all been it's all about to be for nothing unless some political miracle happens and Democrats actually grow a fucking backbone, as well as a handful of Republicans, to derail any kind of legislation that targets us, directly. But I don't see that happening because, well, you gotta do your hail Trump bullshit, or whatever their catchphrase is gonna be this time around. You gotta worship their dear leader. And Democrats, well, they're too disorganized right now and don't give a shit about us anyway, so we got no one fighting for us. All we are to them is political cannon fodder. So, and once we're destroyed, they'll move on to the next demographic, which would be most likely it'll just be straight up going after gay and lesbian people, because, well, they're the next group that still sits in the margins of society in a lot of cases, because, well, they're legally protected, socially, and they still face a lot of bullshit because, well, because that's what conservatives do. But oh God, it's always the throat. It's always the fucking throat. Oh God. Yeah, I think I'm done. Yeah, sorry, I gotta cut this short. Not that I was saying anything useful anyway, but I'm just